live feed. All right. Welcome back to the Patriot Hour, folks. It is Friday morning. It's not noon yet.
No. Coming back for more.
All right, we'll wait a few minutes here.
We got up here, we got
talking to ourselves.
Georgia. No, are we talking to ourselves here?
No.
Got George, man. Red Man talking, I agree with you. We need to do this in the evening time when more people are around.
Oh, yes.
We agree with you. We try to get the content out and as much as we can. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we're into. And this is our time to let the smack down and get the research in, and Q post just dropped. So very excited. What do we got here? Coming down, and yeah, we just went over a few other ones, and
I agree. We are gonna do some evening ones for sure. For sure. We're just waiting for a few more people to get in the room here, folks. What are you showing on your end? I got, what's that?
It tells me 39 people watching.
Okay.
So we'll wait up a little bit. Love in round 2 here.
I'm seeing 39 or something.
Big Daddy knows everything. Love it. That's true. You know.
Loving round 2, Legacy TV. Trues. Yes.
So, no, enjoying this and be able to get some more content out when we can. And yeah, keep the comments coming. Definitely loving it.
Let me get the pop-up. Chit chatter.
Yep, getting some stuff going here. Do a little cue myself, making sure we got both ends all up and going. Sometimes, two machines updating from different IP addresses are a little bit better than one.
You need to do this in the evening. Just got your notification. Appreciate it. All right, folks, for those of you just joining in, welcome to the Patriot Hour. We're doing a live queue update. We got some drops. We'll wait for a few more people to gather. Before we jump into these.
Denver tuning in.
Denver in the house. Where's Pence in all this? Good question. Just got your notification.
Who's he working with?
Just read the new Q post. The new post from Q.
Nice. It's got some good stuff here.
So the last one we went over was 2247. 2248.
Ooh.
In the series. Got a PNG. Let me click that up. Bring this up a little higher.
That's interesting. It's clipboardimage.png. Important graphic. All right.
Get this big, and I can just kind of zoom around for you guys. All right, so this first one, we just read that.
We just went over that one, and that was his last little post. Now he wants us to read this graphic carefully. Now, it's interesting. It's also giving us the size, the pixel size. I'm pretty sure there's something in there.
Important graphic. How do you catch a fish? Use bait. Imagine the information being shared now out of fear.
Ooh. Interesting.
All right, 2249. Got a Fox News.
Newt Gingrich. I haven't heard that name for a while.
Texas offers a blueprint for a red wave election in November. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit. I know I can only see the half the screen, but 139 years, GOP flips blue district in Texas for the first time. Wow. Okay. There you go. Look at how excited they are. Oh, I'm just overjoyed. I can't help lick my lips enough. Oh my gosh.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm super close to that mic. All right. Well, anyway.
Get it back up in there. Interesting. Interesting. So this graphic there's a piece of information buried within this graphic, or we got to somehow link text or his tweets to the graphic or to the other ones, which is interesting. I don't know what it says.
Well, for that. So wait, New Greenwich, Texas offers a blueprint. So it's just offering a blueprint. But yeah, go ahead and read that one.
It says you may not have read about this GOP victory because of the liberal. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Liberal national media is not exactly excited to report that Republicans reclaim a seat that had not held in 139 years. Wow. This victory is even more frightening because the district is 73% African American and Hispanic. Read carefully. Significant. Red wave. Q.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. 73%. So he's giving the demographics of that. Interesting. He's offering a blueprint. Reclaim a seat that had not been held in 139 years. So again, this is what we're starting to penetrate the deep state and these people who've held these unique positions in these unique districts. And you look at the percentage: 73% African American and Hispanic. How many times has the mainstream media blasted a narrative of how Trump is racist and he's this and he's that and all these different things? And for the first time, all of these different districts that have been primarily controlled by the Democrats because of the population was there and the information they are being fed the whole entire time, like all the other districts around America that were being propagandized and all these different things. And so now when you're shining a light in the darkness, all of these huge heavy districts that pretty much run, a lot of either their state's voting power, and you look at the demographics of those areas, and that's a very telling sign that patriots come in all shapes and sizes and forms and colors and creeds, and patriots are patriots. That word doesn't have a connotation of race, ethnicity, or creed behind it. It's your belief system, and it's who we are as a nation. And I think that's pretty powerful.
I agree. If you people are just attracted to the truth naturally, folks. It's if you kind of just set the truth free. What is that old saying? Yeah.
The truth will set you
doesn't
free.
need much defending.
And and the truth is very magnetic. You gravitate to the truth. you're naturally you have a natural idea of, or a natural want to be told the truth, to know the truth, to do business in truth. Um, all of us want to know the inside truth. We all want to know the information before anybody else gets it. We want to know the truth, and there's a certain, there's a certain willpower to want to know the truth versus building a lie, or I know it's deceiving. So I think this is interesting.
All right, let's.
Yes, the truth shall set you free.
I agree.
For the three things you can't have: the sun, the moon, the truth. There you go. Avoid most, Amy. Welcome. Yes.
Okay, so we. So always want to keep it in mind, folks. Do your own research, do your own facts. If anything, like we've always said in the beginning of all of this, the whole Q, just being in tune with, it's okay to like sports, have TV shows that you've watched, but when things come out to be true, that's where you got to make once you learn something. All right, if you're unaware, if you're part of an organization that you joined, or just something that you didn't create but you joined, you got asked, you got invited, and then you find out something corrupt, something bad's happening, you got a couple different ways you could react. You can separate yourself from it and go on about your life and not even really do anything about what you saw, or you can stick around and expose it, but you don't have to defend it. It's not something you created that became evil. It's something that you joined that you had no clue was evil. There's a big difference. But truth
I
is
agree.
truth.
This goes in,
and that works in every
Truth and
facet of your life.
Well, exactly, and that falls into a lot of organizations.
Choice to know will be
Once you
yours,
discover
yes.
that, you change your thoughts. Once you change your thoughts, you'll change your behavior. Once you change your behavior, you'll be open to new ideas around those change of thoughts, and you'll become a better person. And that's how we all grow. We try never to minimize the inconsistencies of our reality. We know we're all about the understanding of cognitive dissonance, or a little cog deaf, if you will. And so we try our very best not to be lured into that mind candy of is it, ifs, the inconsistencies. We try to really lay our foundation of our logic on the foundation of truth, obviously. And looking at these last little post that Q dropped out, District 73 district, because their district is 73% African American and Hispanic. And it's almost like when we talk about Trump doing the wall, and he's a racist, he's this and he's that, and it's like, now this is in Texas. Texas is a border state. We remember our Alamo and what happened, and the reason why Texas is not the Louisiana Purchase. We didn't buy Texas. We defended what we already had, type thing. And so it's very interesting that in this particular state, in this particular demographic, they're wanting it to be republic because they know the good that's happening. And these people are in the whole border wars a lot more than a lot of other of us. These people see it every single day
they live
in
on
their
the
local
front lines
communities.
of it.
They live on the front lines, exactly. And so
it's just, folks, this is great because you following along here all these months, however it ends, turns out to be, you're just now more in tune to truth, to how to investigate, how to find it, how to connect the dots, how to listen to it, listen to everything, believe nothing until you can verify it. That's how it goes. So in the research of a good intelligence, you're looking at tons of information that you collected. You got to listen to it all. You got to read it all. You
Mm-hmm.
got to understand it all. And then off of all of that, even if at the last minute something new comes in, you got to look at it, analyze it, keep it in mind with everything else, and then lie on your best decision. You can't just read 2 out of 100 things you collected and be like, I think these 2 tell me everything I need to know. Well, how do you know? You didn't read the other 98. Could be a lot of false information, but you don't know that
And you
until you
read
read
both
it.
sides, yeah. And you know, they always, and I say they, I can say I and you and most people in this world will always tell you that a mark of somebody who is intelligent and who wants to know the truth is that they'll entertain an idea but not believe in it. And that's what you're talking about, is entertaining other bunch of ideas. You get negative info, positive info on whatever you're trying to research. You're getting both sides of the stories, negative and positive, and you weigh out, because the truth is like the intersecting of where the, let's just hypothetically say the left is slinging mud and saying all these things, and the right slinging mud and saying all these things, and somewhere where they interconnect, you're going to find the nugget of truth that they're all trying to base their argument off of and mold the lies around it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I know you and I have always tried our very best to look beyond that. And you know, we've said this before many times in Garage Talk and other times even, you know, and for years now, is that once you learn something, once you see something, once you understand something, you can't unlearn that. You can't unsee that.
You
You
can't
can't have,
unsee.
oh, now I have no longer have understanding of that. And in some aspects, you can't be blissfully ignorant on some of this subject matter anymore. And I think that's what we're always trying to push out is, you know, the truth on that aspect. And so,
Well, and the truth
regardless of
will,
who Q is or where it's
yeah.
coming from, this is just amazing information.
Well, and that's the whole thing. We should never get caught up too much into who Q is, or, you know, once that comes out, that's one thing, but you don't miss out on the information. You know, the truth, it will set, yes, it's always, you know, truth will set you free, but at first it might make you really mad. And then you come to terms with, you know, it setting you free. So sometimes the truth can impede on a lot of your personal agendas. And that's what
Yes.
turns a lot of people off in your research. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, that they don't believe in God, for example. And then, so if anything leads near that, they act like they got a pass on this conversation because, oh, I don't believe in God. So now keep talking to me. But remember, I don't believe God. And then it's like, well, then these people have done a really good job possibly, because I think that's one of the angles they wanted, you know, 99%ers to not believe in God. Because if you ever try to research them, it's going to lead back to things that they do that wouldn't make sense to you, and you'll be able to shrug it off. And that's half of the battle. They just crunched you on doing research to find out anything about them, because... So it's interesting things that you end up getting into in all of the collective research, folks. There's a lot of it. It's years and years. And, you know, I've had advice from personal people in my life. It's like, why don't you know so much about this? Why don't you do shows on that? And it's like, we could, but it's just, I found
And we
myself
do.
at
I
this
think
tip of the, like we said, the tip of the sword right now with information.
Yeah, exactly.
It started, folks, with groups like WikiLeaks and just, you know, whistleblowers. There's things that need to be, you know, you cannot blow off these people that are in these positions of power or positions of knowledge, know-how. They can see with their eyes pieces of paper that, or on digital means that are showing things that are bad and corrupt, things that 99% of the world would never know about. And then when they try to give you an inkling of, and again, what they see sometimes is a small percentage of the overall corruption or evil doings. So it's a
No, I agree 100%.
yeah, it's things you got to keep in mind. Snowden, you know, somebody put, now Snowden, what we found out through the Q is they just, you know, he was working for the CIA. The CIA's at you know, information war with the NSA. NSA is comprised of a lot more patriots, I guess, a lot more people. It was, you know, invented for the military. It was a military total oversee. So good patriots within the NSA they've risen. The people that a lot of the if you look at the heads of these agencies when old Trump was coming in, a lot of them walked away. A lot of them, oh, I'm retiring, and stepped away after several months, before, during, after, whatever. So interesting times.
Very interesting times, and you and I, you step out of politics for a while, and because you have this feeling that it's all leading to the same evil, dark place, but there is something happening here, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And like we said, yes, Snowden did release a lot of truthful, legitimate information. Yes, it was only what the CIA wanted to release to make the NSA look bad, but regardless, information was leaked, and a lot of it leaked. And regardless of the source or where it was coming from, the information allowed us to connect dots that we couldn't connect otherwise
Yes.
because of lack of information, regardless of where it's coming from. And so that's why with Mike and I, we enjoy Q, and we've gone months ago. We were like, oh my gosh, what's happened to the LARP and this and that, and we pretty much ruled out and came to our own conclusions that, like we tell you guys, never believe a word we say. Don't take what we say as truth. Research it for yourself. You're seeing what we see, and we've come to our own conclusions through other outside research, and we don't have tools that you guys don't have. We're using all the same open source tools that everybody that you guys here have access to. Some of us have more time than others, and that's totally understandable, but as a team we work together. So we try not to get hung up on who Q is, and there's proofs. We have our own opinions and think about the POTUS and this action, but the bottom line is we're on a hunt for the truth. And if we all can just keep that in mind and know that that's our main mission statement, that's our main long-term goal, is to expose the truth to as many people as possible. And so you guys are helping us. Yes, freedoms, liberties,
Don't
and
give
everything.
up anything, folks. You always we want to keep fighting for our rights like that. We are gonna be shutting this down. We're gonna do like 5, 6, 10 minutes, something like that, of some direct shout out questions.
Yeah, Kate Gaddis puts, it's not set you free as it will make you free. I agree with that, yes. Let's do a little bit of Bible history here and some Hebrew and Greek and English here. That's true. Depending on what translation of the Bible and the verses you're reading, it said the truth will set you free. Yes, in Hebrew, it's actually translated as the truth will make you free, like you're making. So you are also a new creation once you accept Jesus as the Messiah. And so I agree with you 100%, Katie Gaddis, is the fact that it will set you free. It's not that you're not a prisoner. It will literally make you a new creation. And inside of you have the want for truth and want God's word. And so I agree with you 100%. And that's where the research comes in, folks. That's where you're researching multiple writings. And this same idea can be applied over to the Q and what's happening with what's doing it now.
All right. Hazel L., one of the drops in the past few days referred to 2 letters written to 2 SCOTUS. Can anyone tell me where to find those letters? I don't know if you're talking about the Trump tweet or the Q, but the Q is underneath the description box. It will be under this video eventually, but you can go to one of the past videos for sure. I have to add it to the live stream video once we're done. Redman talking, I agree. Ben, Old Town, Teamworks. Is it froze up? Is that the last ones I'm seeing here?
No, I think that's the last ones I'll put.
Okay.
That's right. Jesus was a Christ in the flesh. There you go, Hazel. Amen.
Hazel L., the letters were from Sessions getting advice to unrevised. Okay. Yes, I remember the letters now. But they would be linked underneath the description box, folks.
Mm-hmm. So exactly. So you'll be able to find all that information out there, and that's just what it is, man. This getting into the truth and seeking and getting the information and getting to the heart of things is what kind of motivates Mike and I, and that's why. And we said earlier, we're doing this for you guys and getting it out there, because Mike and I have been doing this, bouncing ideas and talking like this to one another for years now, and it's okay if we do it, because we're knowing more, and that's something that we like. But to taking time out of our day and doing this kind of stuff and getting this content out to you guys is, it's a real passion for the both of us. And you guys giving the good feedback is always a plus. And this live stuff is new for us. We usually do a little bit of research, and we kind of get our stuff going as a good format. And so what you're seeing is this is as live as it gets.
Yes,
this is
it
how
is.
we're doing it. So definitely appreciate you guys hanging with us and supporting us as we grow, as the Patriot Hour grows in its channel, and not only as the website's getting up and going. And there are some pretty big things in the Patriot Hour's future. I really believe that's going to be happening real soon, and we want all you guys to come along on board in this adventure, because it's going to be an awesome one for sure.
Yes, you guys inspire us, and we're inspiring you. That's exactly how it should work. That's a pretty good flowing way to work sometimes. So let's not keep that in mind, or keep that in mind for sure. What's the question with disinformation? Is it necessary? Well, I don't know. Let's look at Sessions. Just like he's getting bashed by Trump. Is this all a game? Is this all that it really only works if that's what's happening, if that's what makes sense? That's what we were told. Otherwise, it really doesn't. But Sessions did recuse himself, so therefore he has to stand aside on a lot of issues. It's like, well, why don't you do this? Well, because that involves this, and they're investigating that, and I'm recused. So somebody else is doing that. So it looked like he's done nothing for his paycheck for a year and a half or something, but since November of last year. And then you got him and Trump going at it. Is all that an act? That's what we're told. I don't know.
Well, there could be this angle, the fact that, and we've talked about this during Garage Talk, is if you want truth to come out, you also have to be cognizant of your relationships and how the truth comes out. So maybe, and this is just maybe a theory, my opinion, a theory, more a hypothesis, if you will, that Trump is distancing himself. So when all this comes out, there cannot be an angle of, well, you guys are buddy, and of course it's this, and he's like, oh no, I've recused myself. And so on a public level, they're like showing up there very, very opposite.
Lisa Mullins.
Oh, hey,
shout out
to you. Thank you so much, Lisa. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the, what is it, super chat?
The super chat, I believe. Yeah, that's super awesome. Thank you. But as the distancing yourself from the relationship, this could be a part of the plan. And so how is disinformation important? Like, why do we need to? I thought that we're getting away from disinformation. Well, I think Q just told us. What do you do when you try and catch a fish? You use bait.
Yes,
right. What's bait? Bait could be disinformation. Hey, the police do it, and the FBI do it during investigations. If on these big, huge, we see it even in movies. You tell them that you're not home, and so that's going to be the prime time they come by. They're going to break in, but you're really home, and we're going to catch them red-handed, right in the act. It's a sting operation. This happens all the time. So
I just saw a comment. Somebody said that Serial Brain showed them that Flynn is Q. Are you sure? That's just where did Serial Brain come out and say that, or is that what he showed?
Yeah, let us know what post on Reddit that Serial Brain 2 posted it on, how he linked that. I know that he does a lot of gematria, and there's a lot of that involved in these Q posts, which he gets a lot deeper.
Yeah, they're really deep
when it comes to the pixel rate of each, and there's a lot of information behind there. That's the super deep dive research, and that kind of stuff would take hours upon hours to go through to be even put up on here. That's why people like Serial Brain 2, he does a lot of the gematria number running, and we can just see what's the outcome, because there's gematria generators online that we could do this ourselves and look up the pixel rate, the size, the numbering and lettering of each JPEG, and then what that breaks down to. And there's a lot of different things we can do.
Trump rules 2020. Q sent me. Nice. Very nice.
Thank you very much. Definitely salute to you. You guys, we keep on saying this all the time. If it wasn't for you guys, and even just, it makes us feel good that we're we're in this community of individuals that are pushing forward on the truth, and we are unhappy with the way things have been in our country, and we want to change it. And so we're actually physically doing something about it. We're each doing it in our own way. With
That's right.
Mike and I, we're doing this to video, and we're talking. We tried, we did friends and family. I mean, that's how it usually goes, right? You talk to those you see and love the most, and then that's your inner circle. Then your outer circle, you talk to those that you see on a frequent basis, and then you talk to your outer circle. And once you do that, you really only know a few people. The next logical step, if you want to have this, is doing what we're doing. So all of you guys are doing what you guys can and giving us information and correcting us when we see something that maybe we thought was truth, but we didn't have all the information. And one of you guys do. We love that. We love that, because we have no problem being corrected and saying, hey, we were wrong on something. Let's all move forward and go on the truth path.
Yes. You can't, the truth will lead you wherever it leads you. And sometimes you got to be prepared, and just, again, you got to connect all the dots, lead what, you're going to feel what's right. We all have that. You can't, and it comes in all shapes and forms. We've all had some jaw dropping times. Like Ben said, we've done our research. We've all are doing it in our own way. We also try to get the information out there, whether it's to a loved one. If you find something out that's shattering or jaw dropping, you're going to share that sometimes. And who do you want to share that with? Whether it's your sister, brother, family, mom, dad, friend, coworker. It's having those conversations and starting those conversations on, something that you have in common, a mutual ground, a mutual. Alan Young. He's got 2
pounds.
2 pounds.
Yeah, no, 2 pounds. Thank you from across the pond.
That is
He
awesome.
To you, Alan, another Patriot. I believe Alan Young would be from the UK. That's either 2 lira or 2 pound. I think it's 2 lira. I don't know. I'm not real familiar with the UK money offhand.
Yes.
But
the
you're
cereal
awesome.
brains
Thank you so much.
gematria is off of the we get into that cereal brains post. That's more of our personal research, and then we kind of bring it to some of that gets really heavy. And I know Ben, we've done our research into that realm. But I have not seen the Q Flynn thing. I mean, I've actually heard that early on, but I didn't know that Serial Brain had broke that down that way.
Pound. Thank you, Mr. Young. I appreciate it. It's been a while. Like I said, last time I was across the pond in UK, I was transferring over euros. And you did. I know the UK at the time was accepting euros, but I was pounding back and forth. And when you're over there and across the pond, it's almost like you've got 6, 7 different form of currencies, and you try to switch them over. So you're awesome. Thank you. 2 pounds. Sweet, sweet brother. Thank you very much. Yes, Raymond Berry, War Drummer is deep. Yeah, I like his. Hey, you guys as well. We like watching YouTube videos, and it's got to sound soothing, and it's got to be good. I don't like somebody yelling at me over a video, the information that kind of gets a little, nerve wracking. So,
just stick to what makes sense to you. We're trying to, our way was, yes, we had the knowledge, and I talked to Ben about that many times. It's it's a very patriotic thing to be a, statesman, help out, do, just passing on the truth in any way that we can, we're glad to do it. We do it for you guys. You guys do your job by watching, sharing across all of your social media platforms, and while you can. I think it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. Man, I'm getting a crappy live stream feed. Look here on my... are we looking all right to you guys out there? Is quality good?
Let me go back real quick and really refresh my other machine. So I think it looks pretty good over here. Staying on, oh, and just switch to a thing. So no, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. Here we go. Let's see it here.
There, it came in better on my machine now.
Yeah.
It was just my look.
You already know it looks good though.
All right, looks good. Las Vegas was really packed, was it? Was somebody up there? Trump rules 2020. Were you there last night?
Of course, that's where it's coming from. Yeah, I heard it was a great one. Great one. I was gonna see if we can't see some of the highlights of it and see what he was talking about. Trump always is dropping knowledge and little truth bombs when he does these rallies and these speeches.
Any final questions here? Take a couple more questions, a couple more comments, a couple more shout outs.
Pulling it up here. Yeah. Blurry. Okay, a little bit blurry. I just watched it.
Blurry as hell.
Sweet. No, looks good. Roll Tide. A little bit of Bama there. Okay, Bob Rayburn probably joining us from Bama, or he's a huge Roll Tide fan.
When do we get to see aliens? I don't know.
Did Trump make a shape of a Q? Yeah, Flower Bee. That's what we were saying as well during the video. He pointed the front row and was like, I did like the shape of a Q as he was pointing at the guy, the VIP, and they're all in Q shirts. So I think we came to the same conclusion as well. He was either doing the shape of somebody's rear end, or he was doing an O or a Q. And since what we're going over now is probably a Q, I was going to just assume it's probably a Q. So that's kind of what we landed and we're going to kind of stick with, I guess.
Right here. It's on the screen. Oh, I had your mic down. It was off automatically, so if you said anything.
Hey, you like this here? A Q?
There it is. Yeah, yep.
Q. Yep. Yeah,
there it is, right there.
Yeah, so there was only we only had a couple theories on what he was doing. Usually describe somebody's backside. You'd kind of keep on going down. You wouldn't stop at a Q.
Shoot.
Or something of that nature. I'm holding a bowl. That's not a bowl. It's a Q. So, yeah, we believe that one is. Yeah.
Promises kept.
No, yeah, for sure. And that's probably another thing too. Is he's kept a lot of promises and been public about it. That versus some other times and other individuals as well. And so. Yes. Oath Keeper California, work calls, blessings, Patriots. Okay, cool. Nice. I know you guys got to do your thing. And, I think I don't know if there's any new Q posts you think before we step on out.
Yeah, we'll do one more update here. I thought I had it on updates, but once I do an auto or my own manual, then it auto goes off.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, looks like nothing new. Nothing Q. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and shut this down. Looks good to me, Amy. Red Silk economy is rocking. I agree. Football he got from Putin. Oh, yeah, keep an eye on the football. Is it the soccer ball?
Yeah.
The football.
No, I think it's the football, yeah. Either way. Depending on where you're coming from, it's the same idea. So
take care, Swabby. Nice.
Thank
you.
Nice.
Anchors away.
Nice.
Army vet from Minnesota. Thanks for everything you do.
Yeah, I love you guys. I learned out here and so.
All right, you guys. We'll see you probably later next time, later today. For make sure you're subscribed and toggle the switch to have your device work with you in the most annoying possible fashion. So it buzzes off your countertop there.
So it lets you know.
You are watching the Patriot Hour live stream. Ring the bell for sure. Yeah, ring the bell.
Yes,
and then toggle the switch.
And definitely
You guys have a great
subscribe,
day.
share. And yes. Lots of love to all of our subscribers.
All the way out to
and
Fresno,
watchers.
California. From New York to LA, back to
From
Florida.
sea to
Big old
shining
V.
sea.
Yeah. All right, hit the like button for sure on your way out. And God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide. All right, wherever you're at, keep fighting for your freedoms and don't give anything away to idiots. 'Cause it's always hard and impossible to get anything back from them. All right. Have a great
Awesome. Have a
afternoon.
good one, you guys.
Bet. All right, thanks for a great live cast stream from all the Patriots all around the world. Have a blessed day as you move forward, keeping truth with you and lies at bay. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you. Have a great afternoon. See you back here this evening.